This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, the Baroness, and we are on with my co-host, Snuggy Bear McFlufflenose.
No, my name is Bear Fiorda. Hey, everybody. How's it going today? Thank you so much for joining us for the show, as always. And, oh, boy, what are you doing?
I'm bitter.
You're bitter. My ass. What are you bitter about?
Bitter. So Bear got one of these.
Oh, yes.
But he got it. No, but he got it for his channel. He didn't get it for this show. So useless.
No, I got it.
You're useless.
It's to celebrate my 100,000 subscribers on Free MMA, which now we're up to 335,000. It has been an incredible growth. I am projecting 500,000 by the end of the year, and that's all going to help
I
the
certainly
nonprofit.
hope well before that time-wise.
That's
you
just
should
the
be
goal.
at a mill by the end of the year. Numbers-wise with growth, if you're not at a mill by the end of the year, you're an idiot.
Listen to me. LISTEN. It's just what must happen at a bare minimum.
Yeah, let's
everything
look
else would be great to happen.
No. Let's roll that back. What needs to happen is a mill before the end of the year.
All right.
You are more than capable of getting that mill. So I expect that mill.
Okay, let's have that expectation. We're in January. Anything's possible. But no, it's
that's
awesome.
not how
I really
any of that
appreciate
works.
Having that. It's
Whatever.
awesome. You know, it's great
dumb.
to see that your accomplishments get appreciated. And that said, though, I think
bitter
they are removing the 100,000 plaque.
They are.
So they're not. You're soon not going to be doing it anymore, which is dumb, honestly.
No, it's because of shorts. It's because of shorts. So shorts have put everyone over, and it's easy to blow up. Remember that chick that just got her butt kicked, debating the girl from the Young
Pearly
Turks?
Things, yeah.
Pearly Things. She got big because of shorts.
She did,
but her long form blows.
Bad. Well, they're also so badly done. It's just her kind of in these one-off podcasts, or her standing in front of a camera.
It's her spouting
ranting.
sexist rhetoric while saying that women should lose the right to vote.
And so just Pearly Things, or Pearl Davis, she got fucked up in an interview.
I'd like to remind everyone, every time we use bad language, he gives money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear because we care.
Yes, we do. One of the main hosts on the Young Turks, Anna, can't say her last name to save my goddamn life.
I really do like Anna, though. She's lovely.
So and it wasn't even political at that point. It was just debating basically things about how women should act, behave, and function in modern society.
The joke of it was just Pearly Things was saying that, traditional womanhood is best. And then she claimed she was more of a feminist than Anna. And Anna's like, I don't care. And then they started talking about what men want.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna's like, I'm married. You're not. Why are you telling people how to get a husband?
That's just it. We're having a debate over what women should do to do better in life. And I'm a woman doing better than you. And I disagree with everything you're saying.
Well, she also came from an incredibly privileged position. Hannah Pearl, the Just Pearly Things, comes from an extremely wealthy family.
What'd you call her?
Her name's Hannah.
I thought her name was Pearl Davis.
No, Hannah Pearl Davis is her name.
Oh, shoot. All right. Hey, I'm learning new things about this lady,
so
unfortunately,
she comes from an incredibly wealthy family. Her father put together her studio and paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
She comes from an incredibly wealthy, privileged position. So when she talks about women shouldn't get alimony, or women shouldn't get this, or women shouldn't get that, she's never been married, 2, never had children, 3, comes from a point where she has no idea what it's like to struggle financially or socially. And I'm not saying I do. I think we all know that, I came from an upper middle class family, but still,
but you're not out there saying that women don't
nonetheless
deserve alimony if they get left by the man after raising their kid.
No, I'm a strong believer actually in alimony for men and women. I do quite well in my job.
Yeah.
If I married a man and he stayed home with the children, I would expect alimony, and something that maybe people should
give him.
Yes, I would expect to give him alimony. I would expect alimony to be involved because of what I make versus what he makes. And frankly, if he was the predominant caregiver, rather than, we're now separated, we have 50-50 custody, rather than me hiring a nanny, I'd rather pay him to look after the children if he's a good father and he's the predominant father. So I don't know why we're in this position.
I think what people don't understand, and what I see a lot of, I do another channel called Bear the Goods, and I talk about the good of humanity, how to be a better man, and sometimes I talk about,
it's like the anti-Andrew Tate channel. It's really good.
Very much. And sometimes I'll even discuss a poorly behaved woman on the channel, even though it's not really the focus. But what I've learned through this time is that we are all individuals. Sometimes we do things that are similar to others, but at the end of the day, we'll have our own reasons for it. And so you work hard, you're a woman, you love your job. There's someone who's
I love my money.
You love your money. There's someone
you keep giving your money away. It's very annoying. He gives all of his money away.
My point is,
he could buy. No. I heard that voice crack. You could buy me more Dior, more Chanel, and more diamonds. Instead, shout out to Matthew Morris Fine Jewelry. This wasn't free. It was paid for, but I still love it. Instead, you give your money to underprivileged children because you are selfish.
And I'll die on that hill.
Selfish.
My point is that you are very career oriented. And you love what you do. There's a woman out there right now who is your exact same age, living a similar lifestyle, who hates the fact that you work, hates the fact that you don't literally serve and obey your man to the fullest extent, and you're not here to raise more kids.
Okay, first of all, I am here to raise more kids. I've adopted 2. I'm adopting 2 more girls right now. And I take them with me to work. I teach them to do their own thing. And all of that said, you are super cute, but I'm not going to obey you.
What I'm saying is that everyone's got their own reasons for doing things, even if you guys can come from a similar background. And so I think to try and lump people into one category like how Pearly does and say all women should all act a certain way is just unbelievably detached from reality.
If you get a chance, watch the debate. She got her butt handed to her. She not only couldn't debate, she hadn't done any research. It was the strangest thing I saw.
She just expected her regular talking points to go unchecked.
She just tried to do it. And then Anna obviously did a lot of research for this debate, which I thought was quite impressive.
Ton of research. And probably a lot of it she had just off the top of her head because she would make references and points to studies and numbers of studies.
Oh, she started talking about men commit suicide at 9 times the rate of women, or divorced men commit suicide at 9 times the rate. That's not a true statistic. It's just she just made up stuff that she got as talking points.
Pearl, that is, not Anna.
Anna was dead on. She's like, what about this? And there was a lot of whataboutism from Pearl. I'm not sure what that had to do with anything.
Whataboutism, which doesn't matter because it's not based on reality.
This person did this. Well, what about this person? I didn't say that person wasn't a douche too. It's like the ICE thing that's going on right now. They shot that woman. By the way, best PR campaign I have seen recently comes from ICE. They are putting $100 million into recruitment. I do not agree with it. Please remember, I am an immigrant. I am here by choice. But the marketing that they're doing, they actually started an algorithm. It's super impressive to recruit for ICE. And the way they're doing it is if you watch MMA, so your guys, your people, if you were rejected from the military or retired from the military, and if you go on conservative sites, that's the algorithm. It's chasing. And if you have an interest in guns, they're chasing recruitment for ICE. And you can now go online and you do not require a psychological eval.
Speaking of ICE, I do want to put out there real quick.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
But
their
trend.
Marketing is really impressive.
Yes, it is.
Super impressive. Evil. Super impressive.
It's becoming a trend for people to post fake ICE scenario videos. And I'm not trying to give credit. I'm not saying ICE is not doing what these videos are portraying, because a lot of times it's really accurate, even though it's a skit. But do understand that a lot of times it could be fake. There was one recently that I saw where they tried to have the ICE agent do a horrendous Mexican accent to try and make it about hypocrisy. And it was shown to be 100% a skit. They announced it was a skit in the description.
The problem is,
but you got to check that.
Well, the problem is that is part of the media push. So the people putting out these fake videos are recruitment agents for ICE, and it's to discredit real videos. They did it. The best example of this is from something called Hot
psyop take there.
Oh, it's brilliant. I do it all the time for my job. Straight up, I'm a bad guy. Cool. The best example of this was a documentary called Hot Coffee. If you ever get a chance, watch it. And what they discussed in Hot Coffee, the woman who burnt herself with coffee, Disney was paid by McDonald's to make a joke of this woman and ignore the fact that McDonald's had been cited for their coffee machine. It melted through a styrofoam cup and this woman's pants and her leg and the muscle down to the bone. She required skin grafts, reconstructive surgery. But the joke became they paid to go on Saturday Night Live and make jokes. They paid to have lawsuits capped.
They paid
a fortune for this smear campaign. The woman never got a dime, but she is a national joke. that is the dark side of my job. And I've done stuff like this. I'm sorry to admit it, but I'm definitely, one of those corporate sellouts.
Yes, you are evil.
And my diamonds show it. But the dark side of all of this is ICE videos being put out like that means other ones are ignored. And that's the point. There was the 17-year-old boy that was dragged out, beat senseless, and dumped off at Walmart. And a young man that age crying and just being held by others.
Yeah.
That's very abnormal. Young men, especially at that age, are not huge fans of crying in public.
Certainly not. But after you get kidnapped and possibly abused in a van by strange men, probably a good time to release emotions,
Well, speaking of emotional men, Paddy Pimblett's thing's coming up.
He's not emotional. They can get emotional. Sometimes they start random drama, these UFC fighters. But yeah, no, he's gonna win.
I was talking about the fans are super emotional and being recruited by ICE.
Really
super
joining
emotional.
ICE. It's a fucking Gestapo.
Well, actually, the reason ICE is going the way it is, and it's genius. Please remember when I say this, I'm not saying agreeing. I'm just saying the tactic is genius.
Yes. You're acknowledging how great they are.
Shut up. What I'm saying is ICE doesn't fall under the category of police, so it's not applicable to the state. The only people they're applicable to is the federal government. So they actually only respond to the current administration where other ones don't. I love LAPD are doing their own little private protest. Every time ICE comes in, I have lovely friends in the LAPD. They've actually taken to driving down the street and announcing, ICE is coming. Everyone be respectful and do what you're told to do. ICE is on their way here. I am asking you to comply and be polite. And suddenly ICE gets there and the streets are empty.
It's funny. My first thought when I hear that is like, well, why would ICE even tell law enforcement? But then you don't want to have law enforcement
will shoot them.
Right. You don't want to have a ton of calls come in about your people like kidnapping others and LAPD is coming to investigate.
You don't want to be on the... Did you see Rodney King? Do you want to be on the wrong side of Rampart?
Right. So you would tell them that, hey, we're coming here. If you get calls, it's probably us. And so that would make
they have
sense,
to. And so LAPD, and it's hundreds of them going through telling everyone ICE is on their way here. Best behavior, do what you're told. I thought that was a genius way to protest it, but it is pretty dark what is going on. But the recruitment videos are genius.
Oh my God.
If you watch these recruitment videos, the way they are suckering people in, they are actually targeting disenfranchised young men. And in the United States now, there is a large gap of disenfranchised young men because women are now out earning men. Women don't want to marry men because your gender sucks a little bit these days. And they just don't want to deal with them. Men have become a hassle.
Do you not make enough money in your life that you feel you should? Do women reject you on a regular basis? Probably because of your hygiene and approach. Fuck it. Join ICE. We deport national citizens.
I gotta tell you, that's damn near close to the ad. If you'll get a chance, there is an ad very similar to that said, if you want to do something for your country, you want to feel strong, you want to feel in control.
Yeah.
Join ICE and protect your country. Like that really is. It reminds me very much of the old army recruitment ads, which was super impressive.
We want you.
Yeah, no. The Uncle Sam ads were genius. It's like the Rosie the Riveter. We stole your Rosie the Riveter thing because that was amazing.
Oh.
So that's what's
you're
going.
A bunch of criminals anyway. So yeah, that's to be expected. You Australians.
Excuse me. Well, here's one for you. So Australia's work songs that we had, like in South Australia, I Was Born, Bound for Botany, all of that. We either went to Australia as convicts or as soldiers. And we chose songs that could be beat on the side of a wood ship when soldier or convict, somebody was being whipped. And it was considered an act of solidarity with them. So when someone was being flogged, you were never flogged alone. And that was the point. Because soldier or convict, we all suffered. And so that was it. But we did.
Shoot. I mean, that's kind of sweet of you guys. Not all bad people.
You've heard South Australia. Does it sound like a gentle song?
I didn't listen to the lyrics.
It's set to the It's around Cape Horn. You wish to Christ you'll never been born. It's not. Our songs are not like it's like Ring Around the Rosie. It's pretty horrific. So we've got that going on. Social media, viral culture, and trends. AI is taking over. Big shock. Lawsuits are coming out towards people that have gotten addicted to adult content and to social media. So lawsuits are coming out across the board towards that, which I'm actually.
What does that mean? They're suing the social media app, or they're suing
the app
the
for
website?
creating the apps, for creating the addictive nature of it.
Okay.
And then there is Australian Open controversies. Fans are furious about the Australian Open, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Bad Bunny is everyone's complaining about him doing
that company,
the Super
right?
Bowl. Yeah.
Or is it a company or a person?
Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
Go to the corner.
I don't know.
So Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
It's a human.
And a bunch of people are saying they want a real American because apparently fuck Puerto Rico. I don't know. I like Puerto Rico.
You're just a province, okay? You're just a territory.
I'm just saying, I like Puerto Rico. It's a phenomenal tax haven. Ask Logan Paul. That is a great place to hide your money and live, but mostly your money. So that's what's going on there. Corporate and economic. Netflix is taking over everything. Disney has already taken over everything. And we are all Disney's bitch now.
We have been for some time.
I came from Paramount. I now bow to the mouse.
Can we talk about something more positive than sucking the dick of Mickey?
That is not how I phrased it.
No, but
they are going to be acquiring OnlyFans, and the biggest purveyor of porn in the world is Disney. Speaking of people being sued, and for some reason there does seem to be a great movement where they're like, women are either, there's no reason for women to be online.
Yeah.
And they're really pushing OnlyFans as a thing. So we've gone from a place where sex work was last resorts to it's a way to make a buck, I guess. And Bonnie Blue got arrested in.
She got arrested in
Indonesia.
Was it Indonesia?
Indonesia?
Okay, I knew it was one of the Asian countries.
So right. Stop with the barely legal stuff. It's creepy.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't understand what person in the right mind thinks that's a good sell.
Hugh Hefner. And I like Hugh Hefner. I'm not being judgy. We should. Oh my God! I need a better segue for our guest before she hangs up on us.
Damn it! It's fair.
I need a better segue before our guest hangs up on us because I am not introducing her while we're talking about Hugh Hefner and barely illegal.
All right, talk about whatever you want.
Why do you keep giving away all your money? You could buy me things. You keep giving it to strange children.
Well, speaking of people not giving their things away to strange children, please.
No, she does. She's like you. She's one of those charitable people that does good things for society.
Autumn Charles, welcome.
Hello.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a good day. It's 80 degrees for now, but we all know that LA is bipolar, so it'll be 0 degrees in a few hours.
Yep. It oscillates. It's very moody. That's the best way I've ever heard Los Angeles put. Was it's bipolar. It loves you one day, hates you the next, gives you warmth, or just freezes you.
Very moody. Yes. What do we want to call her? Premenopausal.
I like that. Perimenopausal. I like that.
Perimenopausal. Yeah.
We just went to that event.
LA needs a little balance.
Right.
Yes.
That is definitely going. I do want to give a quick shout out. Actually, at that event, we met with Courtney Stodden, who was married at 16 to Doug Hutchinson. She's got the #1 Lifetime movie, and she's actually campaigning across the country now because 34 states allow minors to be married to adults with parental consent. And so she's now campaigning to stop this. She's like you, and she's like Bear. She's one of those good people.
Okay.
So she's doing that. Yep.
Do you have something against people advocating for that?
No, I'm 100% behind stopping adults from marrying children. I just think guns should be involved.
Yeah, very reasonable. Apart from all this, Autumn, would you please do us a solid and tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, hello to everyone. My name is Autumn Charles once again, and I am a singer, songwriter, actress. That is definitely something that's a part of me that no one knows, but I am married. I've been married for 14 years, and we have 6 beautiful, talented children.
Seriously?
6. We have 6, and I'm done. Okay, don't ask me to have another one.
I've seen you in dresses. How in God's name do you have 6 kids? No offense. I promise I'm not sexually harassing her, but my God, 6 kids? Seriously?
I have 6 kids. Let's just say you do what you got to do to get it done, baby. Get the body back. I mean, I went through some years of uh I hate this word, by the way, obesity. I hate that word because if you're 2 pounds over what they say you're supposed to be, you're obese. So anyway, I did gain a lot of weight, and I had a trainer. I tried to lose weight on my own, but I started doing some things and I couldn't do it anymore. So I opted to have first the gastric sleeve surgery, which
Mm.
is a weight loss surgery, but then that had that didn't I couldn't I got pregnant at least 4 times after that. When I started with that surgery, I only had 2 kids. And they said you want to be careful because the surgery will make you extremely fertile, right? And I guess I didn't believe them.
Oh,
Now I have 6.
Just-
what a!
you were just
I've never heard of a
you were just
surgery that
testing
makes you
that. Well,
extremely
it's
fertile.
wow. Well, no, because it makes you lose weight, you get healthier. Like it really,
Yeah.
when you're in that range, that
Wow.
increases
There's
Okay.
a
fertility.
hormone that just shoots up. I can't remember. I think it was estrogen.
Yep.
It's either estrogen or progesterone, one of the two, and it just shoots up. Literally, there's people that illegally, I didn't say anything, but they pay the doctor to give them their surgery because they've been trying to have children for 10 years. They get this surgery, that hormone goes up, and they're having children.
What a tactic! Wow. Shit.
That's,
I've
you know
never
what?
heard of that before.
I
Good. I'll take it. Good on you. Why not?
I adopt kids. I would definitely have the gastric sleeve to get a smaller butt, but because I don't have like the cute big butt, I just got a big butt. But like,
You look
but
great.
well,
Okay.
thank you.
I've seen.
But I'm not sure I'd do that to have kids. Like that's the moment I'm like, then again, I do it for my vanity, but not for children. Maybe I'm a worse person than I thought. This isn't going well today. Okay, so 6 children, you've been married for 14 years,
Yeah.
you are a triple threat in the entertainment industry.
Thank you.
What are you most proud? Not children wise, obviously. 6 kids, that's the fact that you haven't murdered any of them kind of puts you at the top of patience, like of having patience. But what are you most proud of? Oh, we cut out for a second. I wonder if she's getting a call or coming through.
Likely receiving a
Yeah.
phone
Oh,
call.
there we go.
Off of that because everything is on do not disturb. So I feel like this update is stupid. I want you to know that your update sucks.
Oh, they've been doing. I'm getting calls on WhatsApp from Alexis, my assistant's WhatsApp, and she's been logged out of my tablet for 6 months. So there's no reason it should be happening. It's all of these devices just have this weird incestuous thing where they share everything. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. I think Apple owns everything, even WhatsApp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
Once they merge with Disney, we will live in the United States of Apple and Disney.
Oh,
So,
no.
what are you most proud of in your career?
Well, I'm most proud of my strength, which comes from the Lord, absolutely, to be honest. But to see literally, like it's almost like an out of body experience. Looking at me go go go. I just said this today. Like Lord, I don't know how I'm doing this. Taking the kids to school, getting them from school, going to practice, learning these songs. I'm proud of the strength. I'm proud of the what is the word I'm looking for? I'm just proud to see me to continuing on because I have peers that are in the same industry that I'm in, or they have the same type of craft and they gave up. So,
I would say your
Uh,
perseverance then.
Yeah, I know.
thank you.
I know rockers and models on meth that don't have that level of energy. How in God's name are you doing that?
God, it's him. It's a little macho on the side, but
Yeah, matcha. I love. I'm like, I hang out with Ray J, and she's like matcha. I'm like,
That's
Matcha.
that's the healthy way of doing it. That's the clean way.
that's
All
the clean way. I'll
yes.
suggest that to Ray. Um,
I mean, there's neural gum as well, but I think I chewed that so much that my body is like, yeah, we know what you're doing. We're not gonna go for it, and I don't get energy from that anymore. So literally, it's God first. I stay prayerful, and then definitely keep a cup of matcha. Sometimes I need a triple shot of espresso. That's not really healthy, but I do it every now and then.
that's incredible.
All things considered, it seems to be working just fine for you. So I would not stop at all. I wanted to know though, of course, you're in the entertainment world, but not most people are not going to start off there as kids unless their parents are kind of shoving down their throats. How
Mhm.
did you end up in the world of Hollywood?
That's it. Okay, that's interesting. So again, I'm from Detroit and I moved to Atlanta in 2018. Um, we bought a house, right? Everything was great. And I remember moving into this home, and the night that I slept in this home, I had a dream that someone knocked at my door and they said, "You have 30 days to move." So I asked my husband the next day, I said, "Babe, how long do you think we're going to live in Atlanta?" He's like, "Oh, this is home. We're not moving again. I'm done," because he's from Miami. So we'll get into that. He moved from Miami to Detroit to marry me, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, that was about three moves for him, or two. So literally, somebody knocked at our door and told us we had 3 days to move because we were actually in a mortgage scam.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. But it was just what do they call it? A setback for my comeback because it was all in God's plan anyway. And I had just shot my video in 2021 in LA. I had no idea why I would come to LA because I never dreamed of coming to LA. I thought that Hollywood and Las Vegas was the same thing. That shows you how much I knew.
Got
So
it.
literally, the Lord is just giving me dreams, and people just came to us from LA to confirm, like, yeah, this is what's going on here. My husband's a songwriter, so it was that push. God just gave us that extra push with human. Okay, because I tell people you can hear from God, but God uses people. Because my husband was not trying to move to California. He said, "We're not moving until we're rich. There's no way I'm paying $3 for a bag of chips."
I'm just dying. Like your husband. Okay, so you got 6 kids. He's followed you multiple times. Like as soon as you said he was from Florida, I was like, yes, you married Florida man. He's got like this is like my guys from Australia. These are the guys that wrestle crocodiles. That is the kind of husband you need in the industry you're in with 6 kids.
I believe that because
Mhm.
so strong. He's strong. He helps me to keep going. Like his energy to me seems like it never ends. So I'm always checking on him. Like, "Babe, you sure you okay? Because you always smiling. You just too happy every day." But he's a
I love
strong.
that.
He is so strong. Like he carries me through, and I love that man to life. So, but yeah, in a nutshell, that's how we got here. Um, did you want to ask another question, or you want me to take you down that rabbit hole? Because we're here, and baby, it's been a journey.
We both want the rabbit hole and we have questions. In case we get caught up, do give a shout out to the audience. Bear's got a lot of young guy followers. They're always interested. And the one question they have that I do want to make sure we ask is kind of what they should do if they want your career. So we will get there, but let them know where your social media is so they can follow you and follow your journey and reach out and ask you themselves as well. And also about your Florida man, because that's really cool.
Hi, all my loves. I love you. If no one ever told you that, I literally genuinely love you. You can find me on Instagram at I am Autumn Charles, Facebook Autumn Charles, and my TikTok should be I am Autumn Charles as well. I'm not that good on TikTok, but I'm there. So yeah.
Excellent.
TikTok, a lot of our people are on
Oh,
TikTok.
and Apple
Yeah,
Music,
there.
Spotify. You can find me there as well.
Mhm.
Autumn Charles.
We'll put up some links. Now, I know we do have questions, but I want to hear the rabbit hole.
So the rabbit hole is that we moved to LA just in time. This is so crazy. Like we had a SNAP card, right? A food card, I guess that's what you call it, or EBT in Georgia, but they cut it off because we were making too much money. One day before we
Same.
moved, like 2 days before we moved to LA, our creator told me to call this card, y'all. I called the card. Remind you, it's been off for about 6 months. The card has $6,000 worth of food on it. This
Oh
is
my
two
god.
days before we moved to LA. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, babe, if you don't see the sign, like, cause he's like with it now, like we're gonna move. I'm like, if you don't see the signs, this is one of them. Boom, had the card. We get the U-Haul. I'm ready to cry because the people that played us, they were really being really rude, and I really just I wanted to become Bear that day. Yeah, I wanted to become Bear. You
If
know,
you tell
Go
us
and
who
knock a
they
bunch of
were, I
heads.
will tell the audience. Do not spam them. Do not send hate. Do not put dead rats in their mailbox. I'm just saying.
oh no, 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 okay, don't do that. No, I
I'm not, no,
won't
no,
tell
no.
you what
I'm
it is.
just like I always do the disclaimer of don't send hate, but I believe when people are dangerous, you should always shout them out so other people don't get scammed. So if you're
Oh
willing
my
to,
God. Well, they're in Georgia, so I'll leave that to God. But just know that I was ready. But so I'm getting ready to cry, right? And I'm like, I literally paused mid cry because God said, look at your U-Haul. Why did my U-Haul say Hollywood? I had this U-Haul for about 3, 4 hours and did not look at what it said. It said Hollywood. I said, bet. This is all in God's plan, right? So we get to, it's around tax season too.
Mhm.
Y'all know we got 6 kids. We was banking. Now don't y'all be trying to come knock on my door because y'all know tax season coming. Y'all know I'm finna get a lump sum. Okay. It's for
Mhm.
me. It goes fast. 6 kids. So we get to Hollywood with like 25, 30,000 dollars. And we like, yeah, we about to move into place. This gonna be easy. We had a bankruptcy on our account from 2018.
Oh,
And LA was not playing with us. They was like, no, we don't care how much money you got. You're not moving in. We're not going to accept you. So meanwhile, we stayed. I was pregnant too when we moved. I was pregnant with my sixth child. So this was definitely
you
a very,
live dangerously.
I like the thrill. No.
Like,
the
damn.
adrenaline rush, baby. It's
It's
what it's
like,
about.
how do I make things as dangerous? I'm gonna go from to another state. I'm gonna like, okay. I mean, you were trusting in the Almighty to do that because that is a hell of a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Probably the worst wording I could have used there. Apologies, but you know what I mean. Like that was a big leap of faith.
Oh yes, it was. It was. It was. But I think what helped also is that I visited LA in 21, not knowing that I was even going to move here. So I was extremely excited. And we moved with, I told you we couldn't get a place. So we stayed in a few hotels. We've been in so many cities: Rolling Heights, San Dimas, La Puente, El Segundo, until we found a place to stay, which was like an extended stay in San Dimas. We stayed there for about 8 months. I had my baby. I brought her back there. I ended up finding peace. God literally gave me peace, and I was peaceful about it. And all of a sudden, it was time to go. I got an apartment. People were blessing us. I ended up getting blessed with like $10,000. Literally, people. I remember people bless our kids. Put like, what did I get? $1,500 that Christmas, and I didn't have to buy any gifts. It was just amazing. That's the gist of kind of what happened. But now, fast forward to till today, I literally trusted and still trusting in God for everything. Still being practical because we have had 9 to 5. Still do contract work and do 9 to 5s. But I am now like living, walking out my dreams. I'm walking it out.
Unbelievable.
And so trusting in his plan is better. We can't see ahead. This is why we stress because we can't see what's next. But if we just sit back and be like, all right, yep, I see the ocean, I see the wave coming over there. I'm just gonna don't come too close, but I trust you. And so yeah, I'm here, I'm in LA, and I'm walking on my dreams. That's what I'm doing.
I love that you're doing that. I hear so many women and even young men, once they have a child, they're like, okay, I'm done. My dreams are over. I'm just done. And I
Mhm.
love what you're modeling for your children. You are teaching them to go for what they want to do. And
Yeah.
one of the things, that breaks my heart is when I see people quit on their dreams, quit on their passion, quit on and I always look at it as blessings, things you're good at, things you dream of, things you want to do,
Yeah.
and then they model for their children and then you see the children quit. I
Mhm.
love what you are teaching your children. You're raising warriors by doing that.
Yeah.
You're raising people that will fight through for what they want
You
and
are.
people that will have faith in themselves. And
Mm,
that's big.
that's
We need
big.
more of that.
Thank you.
No, it really is. I want to talk a little bit more about your music itself. I want to know how you kind of jumped into the genre you did, and let's start there. How did you get into the genre of music you do now?
I grew up in church,
Mhm.
but I've always loved all type of music. I've always loved it's so funny, Disney music. Under the sea, wish I could be part of that world. I used to love The Little Mermaid. I will watch it every day. And like jazz, I love the sound of jazz. My daddy will always, I don't know if y'all remember that. Smooth Jazz B98.7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loved it. And Kenny G was like the boss of
Mhm.
saxophone players. And I just loved it. So I remember sitting in church and I would actually kind of feel a little down because in that culture, sometimes, not all church organizations, but they will make you feel like you can only sing one genre of music. But my dad plays, he's a big musician in Detroit. He's been all around the world, but he told me one day, like, don't ever let anybody make you think that you can't sing about love because at the end of the day, I still hold a standard there. I do have morals. And, he's like, you can sing about life. You can sing about love. You don't have to just sing Jesus, 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 Jesus. And
You
so
Right.
I've been going through that back and forth because I've had other management that's in that culture, and it's like, yeah, just do this because your voice is good here. But I'm like, yeah, but you haven't heard my voice over here, you know? So one day, and I know I keep talking about the creator, but that's literally who leads my life. He told me, he said, you're not going to make it the gospel route. And here I am, like, that's not God, that's the devil. Oh, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. And God was like, no, that's me. That's not the route you're going to make it in. Like, I'm going to show you. And literally throughout the years, he's shown me. So I'm a flower. So if I'm singing Beyonce, you should have put a ring on it, that might lead into I mash up songs. So
Oh, I like
literally,
that.
yeah, it'll lead into a love song, and then somehow, some way, sometimes, not all the time, it'll lead into something about Christ. And I'm encouraging people through about Christ, and just things that they're like, how did you know that? How did you know that I was going through? It seemed like you were talking directly to me. That's because I'm listening. And my goal and my purpose here is to uplift, encourage, and spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, regardless to what I'm singing.
I
Makes
love
sense.
that. I was gonna, one of the best horror movies made in the last 20 years was actually made about with the premise that, if you get away from gospel and you go to hell, it was sinners. And I was like, aha. So it does seem to be cult. Plus Michael B. Jordan's hot. I mean, let's face it. Look, I watched the movie. I will leave you for him.
That was
But
such a
the
phenomenal movie.
that really
Just
was.
straight up.
But that was the premise. The whole thing they were pushing at the jazz singer was that you can't do that in church. And I love that he left with his guitar. I love that. Perfect ending. If I ruin the movie for you, I'm sorry to everyone out there.
No,
Great film. Watch it.
I didn't even watch it yet. So
Watch it.
It's so
You
fucking
will
good.
like it is one of the best films. And again, he's hot. But cutting that out, if you get a chance to watch it, part of the premise of this film, and it is a horror, so is that the old adage that music can soothe the soul, can set the soul on fire, can be a gateway, that sort of thing. And his father's a preacher, and saying that jazz will send him to hell, and it didn't. It saved him, and there's a hold to it.
right.
If you of all people, this would resonate with you. Amazing film, did really well actually at the award shows,
Yeah,
and it
I
deserves
was.
it.
Good.
And you know what? I think I'm sold. I want to watch it because literally, this is what. Here's the thing: how are you going to reach other people if you keep reaching in the same vicinity?
If you're preaching
Yes,
to
they still
converted.
need encouragement. Yes, they still, but they have the knowledge. Now we're going out, and then here's the thing: be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove,
Oh,
right?
I like that.
So if I'm in the club and I'm singing, and sometimes I've been in places like I sang at the Apollo in New York. I won the first round, and
Oh,
I
that's
just threw that in
awesome.
there. I threw that. Thank you.
That's
But I
good.
remember.
That's, put that in for sure.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so cool. It was such a dream come true. And I remember people coming up to me. I didn't sing a gospel song, and they're like, "You're anointed. I felt God's presence." Or what is that? What is something in your voice? Now there's a window open for me to say, "Well, God bless you. God loves you, and that's what you feel." I believe in Jesus Christ. I follow Him wholeheartedly, and I'm here to spread His light.
I like
How can I? A lot of people in this world, they don't relate to gospel music. And let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you call Apple to, just call the support line and they'll give you options. You want to listen to alternative, you want to listen to pop or R&B. They never mention gospel. Because it's and God knows this, it's such a small pocket, right? It's such a small group. So how am I going to get anything out if I'm amongst the same? Yeah, we have to go out. That's what Jesus did. And religion will not I'm not religion will literally put God in a box. God is so much bigger than our minds. So yeah.
I love how
That's
you're looking at
interesting.
that. I
Yeah,
really like that.
you have a very strong religious base to you, but you don't seem to be super fond of what religion is today. Not the Lord, but how maybe it's preached about or talked
Yeah.
about.
Which reminds me of the Pope that got dragged back in disgrace. One of the popes snuck out because he always liked to minister to the poor. He felt he did no good at the Vatican. He eventually quit, but he kept sneaking out to help people, feed the poor and minister and everything else. He said, "What good am I doing in there? That's made of gold." Well, anyway, he got in trouble, and the guards actually had to drag him back to the Vatican.
Oh my God.
So he was the only pope dragged back in disgrace. But I
Wow.
think that's wonderful that you're bringing faith into areas that people wouldn't find it. And I love that you did that.
Yes.
What's next? What do you want next?
I just simply want to go. It's levels to this. I want to get to the greatest level that God has prepared for me, because I'm not trying to go where He ain't sending me. That's how we get in trouble. But in the midst of doing that, and the reason why is because I want to um, create generational wealth for my children. I want to be able to open up other things other than music. Yeah, I want to, and because I lived, that's another thing when we came, we were homeless, we lived in a hotel. I want to be able to renovate old hotel, or possibly build it up from the ground up. I'm talking about like 5-star, and I want to be able to have chefs on salary, a barbershop inside of that hotel, a beauty shop inside of that hotel. I want them all on salary, so that the people can just focus on getting better, so that they can elevate in life, so that we can help them get back up off of the ground, so that we can help them with housing, we can help them with schooling, help them with their kids. That's what I want to do, because people need hope. There are people that are in homeless shelters and they're still hopeless. Like, they're getting housing, but they're still hopeless. But in the midst of us equipping you with the physical things, we want to equip you with the spiritual things too, so that you can be able to go through life with joy, not happiness, because joy is internal. It's internal. Happiness is emotional. You can be happy right now and sad in the next minute. So that's what I want to do. I want to create other revenues outside of music. So this is so that my kids, the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. That doesn't mean you wait until you're dead to give it to them.
No.
I want them to have it now. So yeah, I want to go as big as God would have me to go.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind, with everything you've already done and the
We got
success you've
that.
had and the trials you've experienced but pushed through, you'll do it.
Oh, also, you've got a good team. Shout out, by the way, to Melting Pot and Angelique.
Yes,
You've got a good team. You've got good people around you. You've got talent. But more than that, you want to do something good with it. And something I see a lot are people like yourself, people like Bear, people that genuinely want to pay it forward, find a lot of support in the world. And I think as I think they should. So I think that will do very, very well. I think it's 250 million is what it takes to create generational wealth as of 2025. So
it's a lot, but with the business you have in mind,
you are more than capable of doing that.
And, actually, this brings up a really good point with everything you've been able to do, everything you've gone through and come out on the positive end of it. What keeps you kind of grounded? Because it'd be very easy to buy into your own hype at this point.
My kids, my husband, of course, my faith. That's it. And I'm going to say my faith in God is first, because there's been times when I've literally felt like I was losing my mind, because what's next? Who am I? What am I doing in this world? And nobody was able to talk me through that. Nobody was able to, it's going to be okay. That wasn't working. Literally, the peace of God has kept me grounded, so that I can be lifted up and be the mother that I was created to be to my kids, the wife I was created to be to my husband, and the person that I was created to be on this earth to the masses.
I like that. I will say, being a mother definitely humbles you. Once a child vomits on you, it is very hard to believe your own hype. Mine once vomited in my mouth, so in an act of solidarity, I vomited too. It was not a good day. That definitely keeps you grounded.
Well, I can understand why you'd want to.
I like that though. Yeah, that was terrible. But that said, the way you look at motherhood and the way what you're modeling for your children, the combination of, a sound faith-based relationship, a faith-based career, and these choices, I wish more people modeled for their children what you model. I deal a lot with the foster system. I take children out, and the one thing I consistently see with the children we get out of foster care is a hopelessness. My son, the first thing he used to talk about was he'd say, "When I go to jail." I'm like, "What in the hell are you talking about?" And I didn't say it like that, but that's where the brain is.
The fact that he even thought like that. Oh my goodness.
But that's how he thought. And that was how, because that's all he ever heard. His, father had died in prison. His mother was a prostitute. This was his life. So that was his normal. So knowing that we have 6 children now in the world where their normal is doing for others, having faith, having a strong core family, and trusting your instinct, and more than that, trusting yourself. That is 6 people we do need in this world.
You know, talk about all this. I got kind of a 2-part question for you. So the first part is, given your experience being a mother and everything you went through while having your kids and raising them, what would you recommend to parents who may be in a tight situation right now, be it with money, be it with life, be it a lack of faith? What would you tell them to kind of bring them up a little bit so they can do better?
Well, first, let me give you some information. If you're in LA, you can go to LA Family Housing. Look that company up because they're a company that they helped us, and they're helping many to get the finances, get the job. They'll pay you to go to school and pay for your schooling. Yes,
I
they'll
love
pay for your
that.
yes. Also, the system, people, they're not going to advertise this, but I am. DPSS, you can go and they will give you cash assistance for 6 years. Now, don't use it as a stepping stone. I'm encouraging you not to live on it forever and pass it down from generation to generation, because that's how we end up living in poverty, not elevating our minds. Always go into it as this is a stepping stone. But the DPSS, they will give you cash assistance. I remember when we first came, it was a family of 8. They were giving us $2,300 per month. Okay, so yes, they'll help you with WIC. That's extra food, vegetables and fruit for your kids. Then the food cart. Get on it and get off. And what I mean by get off is, once you start making that money and they start dwindling down, don't try to quit your job so that they can keep you. That's not this. This is a system. They're not. They're not. They say they're here to help, but are they here to help you win? And I want you to win. So I would just say, keep your faith, just have peace. Go do something for yourself if you can. Go get your nails done or go to the beach. I did that a lot. Oh my God. I went to the water so much. I drove through the mountains, and sometimes I didn't feel like praying. I'm just gonna give you the real. I just laid there. I laid there. I did practical stuff. Of course, he'll never leave or forsake you. But there are times where I just didn't feel like praying. I was just so upset. So just relax. Relax yourself. Have faith. Just trust God. And if you ain't trusting him, I'm gonna trust him for you. But go to the DPS. Look into that stuff. Sign up for that stuff. LA Family Housing 201. They have some things. They have some things as well. I'll just give that information. And also the Salvation Army. So if you're looking for a place to stay, again, go to LA Family Housing or call 211, and they'll give you other housing programs. And LA is pretty good. LA County is pretty good. The county, LA County is pretty good with placing families and homes. So
I love
be
that you're putting
encouraged.
that out there. I really do, because you're paying into these systems. It's easier where I grew up. We have, national medicine. We have a lot more safety nets. And in America, people seem to be discouraged from taking advantage of systems they are paying into, and they will pay into, and they have paid into. So I am very, very glad you're putting that out there, because I think stepping stones like that are exactly what it should be. If you want that next step, that money, that time to get through school, just that breathing room is so necessary and so important. And the ability to feel like a person, get your nails done, take a breather. You have to take care of you too. So I love that you put that out there. That is the best advice I've heard given.
And side note, I am a phlebotomist, and I am a phlebotomist because the state paid for me to go to phlebotomy school. So they will pay for you to go to school. You want to be an RN, you want to be it's a monitor. I forgot what EKG tech, rad tech. Just go check it out. That is called GAIN. It's also through DPSS, but go to DPSS and ask them about the GAIN program, and go from there.
I love that.
We've not had a guest who gave.
No, this was the best advice. I know we've got a lot of young people that listen to the show, especially young guys, huge young male audience. And a lot of these guys feel very, very lost. For those that don't know, phlebotomy means she stabs people legally and takes their blood. It's like being Jack the Ripper, but in a good way.
Yeah, they want you to do it. They want you. They don't want
it's drawing blood. It's an expert in drawing blood. People like myself that have lupus or problems like that, A lot of times regular nurses can't get blood, so experts will come in and do that.
Yeah.
And it is a very, very, very precise job, and it is a
Mm.
very science-based job.
Yeah.
So that's really, really impressive. Guys, please do check that out. I think that is incredibly important. Thank you for giving that information. I think that is, you have given more information and more help, because we always say, you know, can you say something to our audience to help them? And I think they've got more out of this whole interview than
Wow.
they you know, usually do. What advice would you give? I mean, obviously this is all phenomenal advice. What advice would you give to, you know, young people? They're now on the brink of adulthood. They're looking at children, they're looking at careers, they're looking at their future. What advice would you give them?
It's not easy. It's not. If you are, especially if you're a parent, it's not easy. Choose the right village. It says, they say that it takes a village to raise a child, but choose the correct village. Everybody, it's not your village. Um, don't give up. You're gonna have hard days. This is life. Just imagine if you did everything in a day, like everything you want to do in life, and you did it within a month. Let's say a month, a year. What else would you have to look forward to? Will Smith said something really scary, and he said he's been in a place where all his money has bought everything you can ever buy.
Yep.
And then he just sat there like, what's next? He even said, that's scary. What is next? So just go through the journey. Understand that there are ups, there are downs. You're going to get through this. Seasons do change. If you need a reminder, look at the seasons, look at the trees. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. When the fall came, those leaves will fall. When the spring came, a new group of leaves will bloom, or flowers will bloom. Look, seasons do change. That you're not going to stay in that season. It's going to change. Just keep press through, press through.
I
I
like
like
that.
that.
Again, just having perseverance. The same thing you showed us through your stories today and your information. It's just the point is not giving up.
Don't give
Even no
up.
matter how hard it is, you can always find a way. And you're a great example of that. So
Yes,
I think it's really wonderful. Thank you so much for being here and giving this advice to us.
Again, can you give everyone your social media again? Because I want to make sure they go follow you.
Okay, my social media on Instagram, which I'm my presence is more on Instagram. But anyway, it's I am Autumn Charles. And then my Facebook is Autumn Charles. TikTok, I am Autumn Charles. And you can also follow me on YouTube, which is Autumn Charles.
Well, you'll know where we are. We're going to put up her links. We're going to put up some links to Spotify. We're
Yes.
going to put all of that up. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience?
Again, I love you. Keep going, never give up. And I do have a single coming out soon.
Ooh.
I can't spoil the date. I won't give you the date, but it is coming up very, very, very soon. So just keep following, stream my music. That's how you can support me. I'm also gonna I'm gonna have it's called Even, and it's a different platform where you can support me outside of Apple Music and
Mhm.
all of that stuff, because we'll talk about that later. But this Even platform
Ooh.
will help to broaden my artistry.
We never want to say anything bad about Apple, because I have multiple documentaries coming out from them. So I would not say they suppress certain artists or take too much money or treat artists poorly. I would never say that about a
Oh,
company
sorry,
I work with
please.
repeatedly. Thanks. I love that you're going somewhere else. Please make sure we get that link so we can share it with people.
I sure will. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed myself.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on. You were fantastic to interview. And I'm going to switch to the audience now and say, guys, thank you for joining us this week. The information you got today is very, very valuable. And I have to agree. There are programs out there to help. I'm going to go back through this show. That's a lie. Alexis, my assistant, is going to go back through this show, get the links, because
Yeah.
these programs make a difference. We have a lot of young people right now who are trying to figure out what to do with their lives, that are trying to figure out who they want to be and where they want to go. And when you have programs like this in Los Angeles or in your hometown, look it up, find it. There are programs that will help you get an education, that will help you find somewhere to stay. Take advantage of every single program and opportunity you have, because if you're not born to money, if you're not born like Hannah Pearl, with somebody who's going to finance
Good
your
throwback,
studio,
yeah.
who's going to finance your studio for you, you got to be like Autumn. You got to take advantage of every program and make that stepping stone for you. You're not going to have the nepotism in your favor. So make sure you take advantage of those programs and opportunities, because if you don't, you will regret it.
Yes, you will. Anyways,
I'm the Baroness. This was my co-host, Snuggy Bear McFuzzy Bottom.
I still am.
No, you're fired next week for being cute. I'm replacing you. I just told you I'm replacing you with Michael B. Jordan.
Wait, I'm cute though, so
Yeah, but not Michael B. Jordan cute.
that's. Well, I'm gonna cry now in the bathroom. Everyone, bye.
We'll see you guys next week. I'm the Baroness. We're on with my co-host, the baddest bear in the cage.
Bear Fiorda.
This was Behind the Scenes. We'll see you next week. Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.